Bep, bep, bep. What you supposed to say at the end of records? I don't know. Mashed potatoes? Yeah! Rap snitches, telling all the business. Sit in the court and be their own star witness. See the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm around about this location. Ooh, UFC? No word yet? Just gotta stay ready for late calls or just fucking fight in Cage Warriors again. We gotta see. Did you win? Yeah. Won a decision. Guy had a head like an overcooked. Does a overcook and make the chicken hard? Overcooked part. Like some solid Sam Ali. How's life feeling after the win? Well, I've eaten a lot, and now I'm at the phase where I'm sick of eating a lot. It is shiny. Despite putting it in the gym, getting a lot of condensation on it, and then it got a little bit molded. But completely untouched. I had a week and a bit to recover. I did take some elbows and a few right hands. Shin was a bit sore. Do you believe you'll get another shot on Contender Series? Could end up happening down the line. I mean, it'll be a while. Where do I scroll? Yeah. It would be a while. Contender Series is almost over for the now. And it wouldn't start again till next season. How did you defend takedowns in your last fight so well? So most of these takedown defenses, well, all these takedown defenses, it's just stuff Abdul showed me since day one. You know, sprawl, bring the head up, sprawl, bring the head down, put the foot in the hip and limp leg out, that kind of stuff. Fight the grip, pressure on the hands and keep good balance. It's all stuff he's showed me, all, you know, and they were all head inside defenses. So I didn't get too mixed up on it. I had to just, you know, I didn't get fainted out. So it was pretty simple. As well, a lot of his shots were coming after he was getting clattered. So I would land a really good shot and then he would shoot, which would make it a bit more predictable, or he wouldn't be shooting as well because he'd just been clattered. That light shade is shocking. Light shade? I don't know. Oh, this one. Yeah, I've nearly knocked it out of place sometimes. You know, when you put a jumper on, you punch the air. How many defenses do you have of your belt? Won the belt, and I've defended it 3 times. One by knockout, 2 knockout defenses, and now a decision. How to win over depression? I've never had clinical depression in my life. I've had sad periods. I had some really sad periods last year because I hadn't fought in a while. My advice is just, I don't know, value what you have. And if that doesn't work, don't get punch drunk. Just get punch tipsy. You know, get the punch equivalent of 2 pints in. You know, 2 pints in is like the happiest you are in the night until you save yourself with a takeaway when you're completely clattered. You know, there's no takeaway. Takeaway is just complete dementia in the real life allegory. But, you know, just get punch tipsy. I'm not reading about any names. I'm going to get Michael Bisping here if I read any names. How do I stop adrenaline dump in fights? Breathe. Breathing's big. Breathe before you get tired. Experience. You're gonna have to fight absolutely loads. You know, if you want to bridge the gap between fights, sometimes having a good spar at another gym outside of your usual environment, or into clubs, that kind of thing, that can kind of bridge the gap a little bit. But you just got to breathe. Singing can help. You know, there's studies showing that singing can really help with nerves. Where am I based? Based in Middlesbrough. Teach and fight out of Middlesbrough Fight Academy in Linthorpe Village, which has the goated Lucky's Cafe. There's also Deb's Deli for about another month. Chip Chase is probably all right. I think I've only been to Chip Chase, you know, you're giving me all these names. Oh, John Haggerty, that's an actual real name. I'm going to answer the question about John Haggerty because I'm not going to end up getting Michael Bisping in that situation. Yeah, John Haggerty is fucking awesome. He got elbowed quick against Superlek, which was a really genius move by Superlek. They've obviously spotted it. He's coming out trying to steamroll everyone with wombo combos, like he did against Nong O, the thing to do is not to punch with him or not to try and like pick up on one leg whilst he's like steamrolling in. Dip the head off and throw the elbow. It's just a really clever read by Superleg, who was a phenomenal fighter. Would you go up weight and fight James Sheehan? I'd be open for a welter fight. I'm sitting pretty at about 190 pounds now. I had an interclub and I wasn't really nervous, but it started and I felt like I'd run a marathon. Yep, fight tired is different. Fight tired takes so long to get used to. I can't explain how different fight tired is. Even grappling match tired. It's so different. People think I can spar 10 rounds on the bounce in the gym and I can do all these pad rounds. It's not the same. As soon as you lock up with someone and they turn into a statue, the muscles go so tense because they're on pure adrenaline as well. It's draining so much. I'm 82 pounds at 25. Think I can get a local fight? I think you're going to have to fly to the Philippines or somewhere where they've got really tiny guys. You might end up on DAZN. One of those fights that's on DAZN and there's two minimum weights who bash each other with like 1,700 punches in a fight, and then afterwards they give them the interview and they're like, everything is power through God, but it's obviously translated. Do you think Clancy would have won the 50k tournament if he wasn't in reserve? I wish he wasn't in reserve. I think he had a really good shot. Him and O'Meal Brown would have been a good fight. O'Meal's not a huge welter, but he's very skillful. Sean Clancy's good weight, good grappler. I think he would have given him some good grapples. It would have been a really good fight. It would have been much better than the fight that ended up happening as the final. Khama or no Khama? Khama. BJJ belt, newly promoted to, what belt am I? A brown belt by the legendary Peter Irvin of Newcastle Fight Centre. Absolutely legendary, man. I need to train some gi. Are you going to be watching Joe fight at Cage Warriors 178? You know, we have a lot of guys fighting in Middlesbrough. We got 4 people fighting from Middlesbrough Fight Academy. He's got his corner team MMA Fight Academy in San Diego. So I think Leon will be going to watch Joe. But we got to go corner people in Middlesbrough. Zanyar taking the big BFC belt. Who is this? Someone else read this Jack fella, because I don't want to get caught out, like Bisping. Did the leg sweep surprise you in the fight? The leg sweep was super nice, because a lot of takedowns, you kind of half resisting, you're putting up a fight, and then you're struggling the whole way through, and even when you hit the floor, you're struggling. Because he caught me so off guard, I just need him in the face, so I wasn't expecting a sweep straight away. Because he caught me so off guard, there was actually a pleasant moment of weightlessness. And then I hit the floor. I was actually calmer because he hit me so clean, rather than struggle, I'm down on the floor, keep struggling. Since we had the scenes of Nate Diaz and Greggs, how about Nick Diaz in Dovecot? Imagine Nick Diaz in Borough. That would be scenes. He could go to Manjaro's. I wonder what Nate Diaz had in his Manjaro's bag, because word on the street is he is vegetarian, I believe, or vegan. So I think there's some vegan options at Manjaro's. He could have had a spicy nacho bean burger, bean wrap, veggie rasta pasta, creamy garlic mushroom pasta, veggie rasta rice, some fried halloumi. Well, halloumi's cheese, so it's not vegan. That could have been in his bag. I wonder if he was just given a bag on someone's recommendation. Favourite Japanese kickboxer? See, I'm not watching as many Japanese. I really like Toki Tamaru. Toki Tamaru is a good one. Riku Kazushima. Those are two really good guys. Koki Osaki. I love Kazuki Osaki always, but Koki Osaki's doing bits at the minute. Can't wait until Kazuki Osaki fights again. He's not a Japanese guy, but Chad Collins. Love to see him back in the win column. And I'm actually watching a lot of Thais. I'm watching the Hapalangs. I'm watching Chamakpet Hapalang. Chamakpet Hapalang's fights are incredible. Really aggressive Muay Khao who starts to get a little bit more Muay Fameux in his career. He had a fight in Japan and he got such a bad case of food poisoning that he didn't feel strong enough to throw anything that wasn't a right teep. So that's all he did. You know, he's southpaw, right is his lead. He just threw lead teeps and won. Am I Japanese? Nani? Nanyate? Chatamate. Ryuga Gotoku 6. Greatest kickboxer of all time. In terms of a perceived skill, because it's even harder to rate, like compare achievements, because there's so many different organizations that are legit. Perceived skill, you gotta go Petrosian. Opinions on Justin the Highlight Gaethje, legendary fighter, and a complete, massively change of style. You had the different eras. You had the full kebab shop right hand or kebab shop low kick Justin Gaethje, who just steamrolled until he started to come undone a little bit. Then we had laser eye surgery, distance management, Trevor Whitman Justin Gaethje, and that was an incredible thing to behold as well until the Max Holloway fight. But Max Holloway fought a blinder. Justin Gaethje is still a legend. I wonder when he'll get back, or if he's going to go the Gregor Gillespie route of just fishing. Eddie Alvarez is underrated. I second that comment to a huge degree. Eddie Alvarez, not only was he a Dream champ and a Bellator champ and a UFC champ, he was a champion in these major organizations, the only guy to really do that in the premier division of the sport, lightweight. Lightweight has almost always been better than any other division, except now, where it's probably bantamweight. Topuria Holloway, let's go Holloway. But Topuria's sick. I would love to see some Greco. Seen you on Contender Series, did you win? This guy's the Internet Explorer. No, I've lost, had a year out, got my jaw broken, and then came back and defended my belt. This Drickus actually very good. Fuck yeah, he's really good. Drickus is, it's more about his application of the techniques and just being fit as fuck. Ready to go 5 rounds. Imagine being able to throw all them spazzy techniques against Sean Strickland, all them spinning kicks and jump kicks and shooting, and then just still being able to be fresh in 5 rounds. Who's better, you or your brother? See, I think my brother puts combinations together well. I think he moves a little bit better. He's got the better cardio. But I've done a lot more bicep curls and I can squat a bit more. So obviously me. Thoughts on O'Malley versus Merab? Merab is fucking sick. This is something people don't appreciate. They could be leagues apart in terms of striking, probably pure striking, you would say so. But if someone's a wrestler with a big overhand right, a really good takedown, and just kind of bounces up and down a lot, you're going to get thrown off. It's crazy. Dana just signed you. I think I would know about that before my debauched TikTok live chat. Can I buy your belt from you? Well, it is outright mine after the 3 defenses. What's your offer? Did you get compensation for the jawbreak since you went up to help spar? No, it just happened. It was kind of just a little incident. I wouldn't have expected compensation. $2? Make it 3. The pressure wrestling style is the most dominant there's ever been. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, we have had the elongated kickboxing phases, like Adesanya, the points kickboxing, what people were calling bullshit volume. Lots of feints and running around. You think Vicenic will do good in the UFC? 100% I think he will do good. He did really good on 8 days' notice against someone really sick. So it'd be really good to see him on a full fight camp. I think we need to get Dana a chicken pasty. A chicken pasty? Where actually does good chicken pasties? Because Greg's is corporation food, no good. Greg's is very, very subpar, unless you're in London or something where everything's subpar and you may as well get something subpar and cheap. It's just like 2 imagination chunks of chicken and a bit of oily spaff in some bad pastry. You need to go to Enfield, get some good pies there, or Petches. Would you ever have a boxing fight? Never say never. Why not? I gotta make funds. I'm going to Sicily and I need to buy a lot of lemon cake. When do you want to be back on the Contender Series? Well, I'm not going to plan to be back in Contender Series next year because so much can happen within this time. I just want to fight really actively. It's like I want to fight again this year, Cage Warriors or wherever, but it's just figuring out when to fight with these kind of event dates. How long did I train before first MMA fight? Probably Muay Thai a couple of years, like 2 years, but I had Muay Thai fights. Maybe I trained like 9 months before my first Muay Thai fight. And then who knows after that? It was about a year of MMA training before amateur fight. Is Stockton Spartan Wrestling good? I don't know, I haven't been. Would you go to Bellator? Do they still exist? If you could go back to day one and change one thing about your training, what would it be? Less cardio and more resistance training, because you can kind of just spam cardio to a point where you're not getting any longer term gains. Just more quality resistance training. PFLator, yeah, that's the one. More quality resistance training and less just grinding it out to make it difficult. But I got no regrets. I'm only thinking about moving forward. Do you think Gaethje has a chance to become champ this late in his career? Obviously, there's people who have become champ much later in their career and after much harder fights. Like, harder fights. Well, look at Michael Bisping. It's a crazy sport. Stuff changes in the blink of an eye. What is quality resistance? Just the basics with good range of motion and good form and progressive overload. That's all that matters. Squats. Can be even split squats, hamstring work, RDLs, hamstring curls, chin-ups, dips, all the good stuff. How come Cage Warriors doesn't put rubies in the belt? I could ask Graham for you. Favorite fast food? So does fast food have to be a fast food chain? Like one of the established fast food chains? Because I'm not a big chains guy, but I would say the most enjoyable is Five Guys, but then the cost is abysmal. I would say a peanut butter milkshake from Five Guys is my favourite thing to get from a fast food chain. Outside of that, just cheap Greg's or McDonald's coffee. Opinion and Flying Guillotine, yeah, it's really good. It's one of them weird things where if someone goes in a head inside single, you would rarely say jump on the gilly because you'd probably get taken down. But there's obviously really good examples where if someone has good timing on it, they grab a head inside, a guillotine while someone's on the head inside, arm in guillotine a lot, like Paddy versus Bobby Green. And when they jump, if they jump guard at the right timing and they lock the guard, they've got an arm stuck in. If they start losing the grip, they've got a triangle armbar. Need to take a mortgage out for a Five Guys? Yeah, it's just an alright burger, which is more than what you can say for most fast food chains. It's just an alright burger with a million chips cooked in peanut oil, and they're slightly nicer because they're cooked in peanut oil and not some reused vegetable oil from the 7 Circles of Hell. But fast food, no, it's not great. In terms of burgers, obviously Manjaro's burgers, much better. Pizza & Co burgers in Longlands, they are much better. Most fast food burgers are just rancid. Most fast food times, they're expensive. They don't actually come that quickly. And yeah, not a big fan. Favorite fighter in the UFC right now? Well, Jose Aldo is always one of the ones, and Petr Yan, always one of the top boys. Favorite fighter I'm watching generally right now is Chamukpet Hapalang. Man, my CTE brain struggling with these Thai names, but I'm just watching loads of Chamukpet Hapalang. One of the goats of Muay Thai, southpaw, knees, bang, dang. All these words, lots of big teeps off the right leg and some question mark kicks off the right leg. Yeah, Hapaling. That does not answer your question. Dream matchup for me? The easiest guy for the most money? How long do you think it will take John Jones to finish Stipe? Imagine if there's just one of the classic 1-2s of Stipe. It just floors John Jones. It's very unlikely. Who's your next fight? I don't know. You tell me. Do you watch boxing? I keep up with like 3 Japanese people in boxing. I keep up with Naoya Inoue, Takuma Inoue, and Yoshiki Takei. And I'll just see what's going on there. I struggle to keep up with a lot of boxing. I don't know where to watch it. But I'll watch highlights and I'll watch whatever they upload on YouTube. I'll keep up to date with Naoya Inoue's fight. But I got to admit, I haven't seen his last fight because he's fighting someone that looks like your dad. And apparently retires due to a bad back a few rounds in. So I'm not the most up to date with boxing. With boxing, I'll go and study someone very specific. I'll probably just rewatch Ricardo Lopez or Roman Gonzalez. Give me some southpaws to watch. I need to watch some more Joe Calzaghe. Could you beat Sean O'Malley? I'm like 87 kilos right now. What the fuck's that? That's like 190 some shit. 185? Yeah, I'd beat him. Favourite post-fight meal? Depends how hard the fight is. If you've got out there scot-free, you can pretty much eat what you want because you're still sound and you haven't had a crazy adrenaline dump. Your face is fine. But a lot of the times, fights go hard. I remember after the Kyle Driscoll fight and it was all busted up. You can't really take anything too salty or something that takes a lot of chewing, like a burger, loads of chips. So you're probably going to just have tiramisu and ice cream. I think my first meal after winning the belt, when my face was all messed up, got boxed up by a wrestler, but he did have good feints and good hands, was just a tub of Ben & Jerry's. And then I just think I had some McFlurries and maybe a few chicken nuggets. Last fight, even though I went 5-5s, I was sound, I just went to Taco Bell, and for some reason, I just wanted every burrito item that had beans in it, because their meat is rubbish, their mince is rubbish, their chicken is rubbish, and yeah, pretty much everything there is rubbish in terms of their protein, but the black beans they're laced with crack, they're so delicious. I just wanted stuff with black beans and cheese, and then I had some churros. Are you doing any seminars soon? I need to put it out there that I can do some seminars. Best tips for losing weight? Check your weight every day and get on MyFitnessPal and track your calories. It's so boring, but that's it. I would gravitate towards whole food and eating more protein to stay satiated, but you kind of have to know why you're motivated for it and consistently check your weight and consistently track your calories. Other than that, more stuff's immaterial. I would recommend getting fibre. You're going to watch the Petyan G card with Lamna Moonlek. Where can I watch that? That sounds sick. Going to go for a second belt. I mean, it could be an option. I don't know when the next opportunity to have a scrap is. You know, I'm a biggish lightweight. Are you more of a wrestler, boxer, or kickboxer? Depends on the opponent. My style is the art of fighting without fighting. Now go on that boat, because I'm going to detach the dinghy from our bigger boat. What age did I start training? 12. Could you make 145? I would have to lose my prostate for that. Is Harry fighting at Newcastle? I can't confirm or deny. Has anyone ever shit themselves from one of your body shots? I hope not. Opinions on Superlex stopping Haggerty. Haggerty steamrolls everyone. He goes out crazy, especially as he's moved up in weight. He's been fighting crazy. So Superlex made that really good adjustment. He's not going to punch with him. Haggerty's a better puncher. He's going to dip and throw the elbow. Maybe premature stoppage for that level of a fight, I would say. But, you know, it's really good. Superlex an awesome fighter. You got to rewatch his fight with Takeru. When's Takeru? Takeru's fighting soon, but it's some random Malaysian. That would be annoying if he got upset. Have you had any talk with Dana or UFC since your last fight? Yeah, we've just been sitting around, pushing and pulling. What K1 fighter should I study other than Artem Levin? Who's this? Is this? Yeah, I thought that'd be Big Mo. Thinking off the top of my head, everyone I'm watching is Southpaw at the minute, like Chamak Pet Hapalang. Other good kickboxers, Masashi Kimura. He's got some really good long-range stuff. His head's on a centre line, like a lot of Japanese kickboxers, doesn't move off. But Masashi Kimura, or Musashi Kimura, he's really good. Some of the good, tall, good framey people. Obviously Adesanya. Philippe Verlinden has some good stuff. Not massively entertaining stuff. Petrosian's really good, but he obviously is southpaw. I guess you could flip the camera. Seen anything of Curtis Campbell? Curtis Campbell's really good. Be good to get some training with him. If you had Conor money, would you still fight? Probably, yeah. How much weight do you normally cut? So last fight week, I started fight week like 175-ish. You know, it kind of zooms up and down with the water load. 175-ish, and then by the time of Thursday, which was the day I was going to cut, woke up like 170. By the time of the cut, water load finish, it was like 166, like 11-pound cut. Thank you for the rose. First rose in a while. Merab, most boring champ? Not ever. You ain't seen Jermaine Durand to me. You were Glory X Rise tournament with Chad Collins. Oh, yes. They just uploaded Chad Collins' fight. What you playing on the keyboard? Humpty Dumpty? Twice? Fast? Yeah, it is a wagon wheel. That was my snack I'm supposed to have. I'm going to bosh this wagon wheel and then probably watch some Shamrock Pet Happening. Glossy. I would say a wagon wheel, as terms of a pre-packaged confectionery, I wouldn't say stupendous. I would probably say, on a scale of D to triple S, like a C plus or maybe a B. I don't know if there's a strap to it, like a Stroop waffle. Stroop waffles you can put on top of your cup. I don't know if there is a wagon wheel strap. To be honest, I only bought these because the song gets stuck in my head all the time. Walnut Whip's a proper class. I haven't had one in a while. Best foundation to train for fighting? Being an autistic weeb. Favourite champ currently? Not really like Tapuria. I'll probably say Makachev actually. Makachev. Or as the autocorrect will probably say Michael Chef. Wagon wheels. B. Massey versus Wilson Prince. I'm getting both on a rematch card. Trying to get a wagon wheel on my belt. Thanks, people. First live in a while. I might do a few more. But sometimes maybe not. Bye.